All right, next, let's queer up business. Lowe's is the latest anti-LGBTQ victim as right-wingers claim victory. Lowe's has announced major changes to its LGBTQ inclusivity efforts. Yielding to pressure from far-right conservatives, the retailer will no longer engage in human rights campaign surveys, sponsor pride parades, or maintain separate minority-focused employee resource groups. It will be opting instead for a consolidated group serving all demographics. Despite these shifts, Lowe's maintains a diversity webpage, asserting its commitment to a culture of belonging. The company's statement says, quote, "We're committed to fostering a culture where every member of the Lowe's team truly feels they belong. When associates can be their authentic selves at work, they perform at their best. And when that happens, we all win," end quote. The push for these changes is attributed to Robbie Starbuck, a far-right influencer known for his anti-LGBTQ stance. Starbuck has led similar campaigns against other major companies, including Ford, claiming success through a combination of fear and social media influence. Starbuck bragged on Twitter, quote, "We're now forcing multi-billion dollar organizations to change their policies without even posting just from fear they have of being next to a company that we exposed," end quote. Starbucks' recent social media posts advocate for restrictive measures on pride events and criticize supportive companies as, quote, "woke," unquote, fueling further controversy. We did a story the other night on this of where he attacked another company, and I'm amazed that somebody can make so much noise from Twitter that these large organizations are changing. And I understand there's some things that organizations are doing and they have to answer to higher boards, but why did they apply for the HI to begin with if they're not going to stand behind it? That's the part I kind of question. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not a brutal process to go through that. I mean, Holy Cross, we went through that, and it's about looking at policy, procedures, creating inclusivity both for your workforce as well as your clients, your customers, your patients. So I'm kind of baffled as to why these people are really backing down from that now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, this the consolidated group, whatever they're looking for, that just reeks of the All Lives Matter movement from 4 or 5 years ago. You know, it's just vile, and it's dark, and it's sad. And this reminds me, this is the opposite of what we saw in the 1990s and the 2000s. I remember the first magazines I had the bravery to go into a store and buy was a copy of The Advocate, right? And the back cover was a bottle of Absolute vodka. And I remember thinking, this is so cool. One, I love vodka. And two, our community is being supported. And, you know, and we saw it, especially when George Bush decided that we needed to change the Constitution because we were such a danger to the country if we got married. And you saw all these major corporations coming out, and, you know, they said, we're going to have this, and we're going to support pride parades and all this. And we were like, yes, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And to see this story makes me think that light is dimming. And the person dimming it, this has Ron DeSantis's fingerprints all over it. You know, he took on Disney and essentially won. You know, they took over the district. Disney is still there. They are still charging way too much for admission and everything else. But DeSantis got his way. So this is, to me, much broader than just Lowe's. You know, now I'm a Home Depot guy myself, but it also helps that I only live 3 blocks away. But this is a flare going up. This is a warning flare that we need to pay attention to, because this is much bigger than Lowe's or any one particular company. So we must keep our eye on this. And I promise you, here at Happening Out Television and at Out South Florida, we are going to do just that.